Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. I'm recording this, sat outside near work in the park. I just thought it'd be nice that I could share my lunchtime with you. Now there will be some external noises, because basically I'm sat in the park talking to myself. But I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you, my beloved and probably attractive listeners. No, seriously, I just wanted to chat about something I listened to this morning, because I got behind with my podcasting, and that's rubbish. Dark Gallifrey 2.1, The War Master Part 1. There are a few important reasons why this is an important release. I used the word important twice there, forgive me. First off, this is possibly David Warner's last time out as the alternative Third Doctor. The thing is, that wasn't part of any of the promotion, which for me means that there's possibly more to come. Now today, as I record this, marks the 2nd anniversary of David's death. So that's pretty impressive. There's a whole thing in the universe where somebody says that you're never truly dead, while people who are alive still remember you. And in this respect, Big Finish kind of come up trumps, because nobody's ever truly dead, even when there's more releases to come. I'm pretty sure that Tom Baker's going to live to about 150, if that's the case. So, here we've got Lisa Bowerman, marvellous, David Warner, marvellous, in a Gallifrey story. Now, it's called The War Master Part 1. But here's the thing. If you listen to the extras, there's a couple of things, worthy of note. First off, this story is told in reverse. Yeah. Second off, it's apparently a story that takes place after all 8 seasons of Dark Gallifrey. Yeah, you have a look at the Big Finish website. There's 8 of them listed. They've all got about 3 parts each. And that's, what? Oh my god, the maths is almost beyond me. 3, it's 24? It's 2 years worth? 2 years worth of monthly releases? I'm very happy about that. So, what we've got here is, by James Goss, a story that takes place backwards in a kind of a memento-y kind of a way, where each of the scenes is played out in reverse. So it is more than possible, nay, I will be doing it myself later on today, to listen to this in reverse order and get the same story. Each layer, each scene presents a mystery which is solved by the previous one and creates an extra mystery, and so on, all the way back to the beginning, where you find out that Bernice, in a story that's got a lot more depth to her character, which is always good. I mean, let's face it, the alternative Third Doctor has been basically Bernie's companion. She's the main protagonist in the adventure. He's not quite the taxi driver, but it could be. So what you've got is a crackingly good Dark Gallifrey story where she's trying to find Dark Gallifrey. And there's a lot more to it than that. But the story's told out of order, in reverse, which means you could play track 15 followed by track 14 followed by 13 and so on, and get exactly the same story, but in a more understandable way. This has of course been done earlier to us in the Stranded box set, but post-Stranded, because they were written at the same time, it's when we experienced them. So again, that's an extra timey-wimey thing. So that's the mechanics. Also, and this is worthy of note, I was paying attention because I started listening to this and went, whoa, what's going on? And then immediately get your head in the idea. But the one thing that is worthy of note is that it's called the War Master 1. Okay? So the one character you're expecting to turn up is the War Master, and what you've actually got here is a cameo appearance of the young War Master. Yeah, don't know what's going on there. And even then, it's almost missable, because there's so much going on, and your head's such in the game trying to figure out what's going on and the way things are going in the development of the narrative and where people get through from here to there. It's almost as if somebody should have tattoos on themselves in order to reveal what's actually going on. So here's the thing. It's brilliant. I mean, it's really well written, which is what you expect from James Goss. It's tremendously well acted, which is what you expect from this cast. It just makes you miss David even more. And, well, it's brilliant. Because also, yeah, it's a standalone story. And yeah, the only thing I've got against it is it says the War Master on the front, and there isn't a sign of Jacoby to be held anywhere. Or perhaps there is, and I was just so fixated on I was going to say the creature's name, the main evil protagonist, who isn't, well, I didn't want to spoil anything, that I didn't even notice. There are other concepts which so belong in other episodes, and I need them to appear in other stories, and which I'm sure will happen over the next 2 years. Right, I'm going to play the trailer, and I'm going to go back to work. So thank you for sharing my lunchtime with you. Hope you're having a nice summer. Until next time. Oh, I might even see you at Hooverville by the time this gets released. Although I am, of course, recording this in July. Anyway, see you soon. Be seeing you.
Gallifrey.
Dark Gallifrey. Good marketing. Stick dark in front of something, it instantly becomes classier. Dark chocolate, for example.
Name another example.
Well, Dark Gallifrey.
From Big Finish Productions, the worlds of Doctor Who, Dark Gallifrey, The War Master, Part 1.
This place does exist, doesn't it?
I rather think it does.
A Gallifrey.
A spare Gallifrey, drifting around in space.
Anyone could find it, or it could find anyone.
But I found it. My discovery. It'll make my name.
I knew someone would find me. Someone clever enough to follow the clues that would remain. Imagine my delight when I realized it was you.
The Time Lords in every universe view time as a precious tapestry to be preserved and mended. Dark Gallifrey sees it as something to be unravelled and refashioned. It's more than just an alternative. Oh, maybe less.
Time Lords love dark secrets. I'm one of their darkest. And they're not even responsible for me. But you know Time Lords. They like to deal in time and lies. In order to keep a straight face, they keep me in the cellar.
What are you afraid of?
One day I'm frightened I'll arrive on Gallifrey and feel at home. It all feels disturbingly familiar, almost exactly as I remember.
We shouldn't have come. Sorry.
You wanted to.
I couldn't resist. Imagine what we'll find.
That's the problem, I can.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Gallifrey. Going, gone.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @TinDogPodcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.